we're diving into one of the most extraordinary stories in coin collecting, the Mark Lincoln penny. A coin that could change your life forever. Yes, you heard me correctly. And trust me, this might be the best investment opportunity you'll ever come across. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny. Hold that thought. If you've ever had an old penny lying around, you need to pay close attention, because the 1952 Mark Lincoln penny could turn your financial situation upside down. Let's start with the basics. What exactly makes the 1952 Mark Lincoln penny so special? You're about to find out. Let's rewind the clock to 1952. This was a time when America was emerging from the shadows of the Great Depression, and coins were made with a distinct purpose, to represent the prosperity of the people. But little did we know, one of those pennies would become a needle in a haystack. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed something odd about your old pennies? A tiny, almost invisible mark on the edge of the coin. If so, you might have something worth far more than just its face value. This small, barely noticeable mark is where the magic happens. It's called the Mark Lincoln, a design flaw that only occurred on a very specific batch of 1952 pennies. And this flaw, my friends, is what has catapulted this coin into a collector's dream. Now, I know what you're thinking. I probably have a jar full of pennies with no special mark on them. Well, don't throw that jar out just yet. You could have a 1952 Lincoln penny with no mark, but it's still worth more than the 8-cent price printed on it. But don't get too comfortable yet, because some of these pennies are worth hundreds of dollars, but others are worth millions. The 1952 Mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest in the market. Due to its unique flaw, there are only a handful of these pennies that are in mint condition. A coin like that? It could easily sell for $8 million or more. But there's a catch. Here's the catch you've been waiting for. Not all Mark Lincoln pennies are created equal. So how do you find out if you have the one that could be worth $8 million? This is where it gets interesting. You might not even know that your coin is rare, unless you know exactly what to look for. But don't worry, I've got your back. I'm going to tell you exactly how to identify if your penny is worth life-changing money. But first, a quick word about why you should care. If you've been looking for ways to build wealth or change your financial future, this might be your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Imagine walking into a coin dealer, handing over an old penny from your collection, and walking out with a check worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more. It sounds like a dream, but it's happening every day. Now, I know what you're thinking. I bet I have a jar full of pennies sitting in my basement from 1952 that have zero value. Well, think again. I had a friend who almost gave away his rare coin for just $1 until he did a quick Google search. And now, he's living comfortably off the royalties of his newfound fortune. But here's the thing, pennies like these don't come around often. The opportunity to sell a 1952 Mark Lincoln penny could be gone in an instant. If you wait too long, someone else might snatch up the deal of a lifetime. And I'm about to tell you exactly how to spot a Mark Lincoln penny. But, you have to stay tuned because the real secret is something even most coin collectors don't know. You won't believe how simple it is to check your pennies and cash in on a small fortune. Alright, here it is. The key to knowing whether your 1952 Lincoln penny could make you a millionaire is this: the minting error is a slight shift in the engraving on Lincoln's portrait. If the image looks off, with an unusual marking or dent near the edge, or the Liberty engraving is misaligned, you might have a winner. And don't just take my word for it, take your coin to a professional appraiser or contact a specialized dealer who can help identify the value. This isn't something you want to miss out on. So, what's stopping you? Start digging through those drawers, check your old change, and see if you've got a Mark Lincoln penny on your hands. It could be worth a life-changing sum of money. Don't wait. The clock is ticking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because you might just be the one who discovers a fortune. See you in the next video, where we'll reveal even more ways to uncover hidden treasures in your home. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and in your pocket, you have a coin worth over $1 million. Sounds unbelievable. Well, buckle up because this could be your reality if you have one of these rare pennies. Yes, I'm talking about the 1982 Mark Lincoln penny. The value of this simple coin is shocking, and I'm here to tell you why. But don't blink, because this information could change your life forever. Stay tuned as I dive deep into how you can uncover hidden treasures in your very own collection. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, you might be wondering, why a penny? Isn't it just a small piece of copper? Well, here's where things get interesting. In 1982, something strange happened in the US, meant that has sent numismatists into a frenzy for decades. The 1982 Mark Lincoln penny, produced in Denver, was supposed to be just like every other penny, ordinary, right? But it wasn't. And here's where the value starts to spike. Some of these pennies were struck with a rare error, and a few lucky people stumbled across them. Now, what makes this penny so extraordinary isn't just its error, but the story behind it. This wasn't just a hoops moment. It's a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and a market on fire. So, what's so special about this coin? Why are collectors willing to pay up to $8 million for it? Stick around because you might just find out that one of those pennies could be hiding right in your collection. Okay, so how do you know if your penny is one of these rare gems? You won't believe how simple it is to spot, but most people miss it. First, you need to check the mint mark. The D stands for Denver, but it's the tiny detail that you'll need to examine carefully. The error occurs when the die used to stamp the penny was damaged, leaving some of the Lincoln memorial details unclear. You won't be able to see it right away unless you have a good magnifier and a keen eye. Now, I know you might be thinking, why would I spend my time looking at pennies? But listen, I've seen people get rich doing things they never thought would make them a dime. Literally, a dime or a penny. But wait, there's more to it. This error isn't just rare. It's extremely rare. There are only a handful of these pennies in circulation today. So, if you found one, congratulations. You could be sitting on a small fortune. However, it's not always as simple as finding one of these pennies. There are ways to verify and even get your penny authenticated before you try to sell it, so you might want to stick around because the next part could change everything for you. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. You found this rare 1982 Mark Lincoln penny. It's real. It's authenticated. Now what? Well, it's time to cash in. The market for rare coins is on fire. Collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands, even millions, for coins like this one. But there's a catch. You need to act fast. The longer you wait, the fewer buyers there will be. And trust me, these pennies are disappearing quickly. Just a couple of weeks ago, one of these pennies sold for over $8 million at auction. If you think your penny might be worth something, don't just let it sit there. Get it appraised, get it authenticated, and get it into the hands of the right buyer before the market shifts again. The window of opportunity is closing fast. But how do you actually sell a penny like this? Where do you go? And how do you avoid the scams that can ruin your chance of a big payday? I'll answer all of that in just a moment, but before we go there, let's recap what you need to do next. You need to act fast. You need to know what to look for. And you need to get your coin in front of the right people. Sounds simple, right? But let's talk about how you can do it. So, here's the bottom line. Your 1982 Mark Lincoln penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. And now, you know how to find it, how to authenticate it, and how to sell it for a life-changing amount of money. If you want to learn more about how to get started selling rare pennies, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. The time to act is now, before your chance slips away. Don't wait. A life of wealth and freedom could be just one penny away. Imagine holding a penny in your hand right now. To most people, it's worth 1 cent, maybe just some change to toss into your piggy bank. But what if I told you that one penny, the 1982 Mark Lincoln penny, could be worth up to $8 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny worth $1 million. Cut to the image of the 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny gleaming in all its glory. Stay with me because in just a few minutes, you'll discover how this small coin could change your life forever. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned numismatist, you need to know what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot one, and how you can turn it into a fortune. Pez. Quick, dramatic shift to a more serious tone. But here's the thing, if you don't know what you're looking for, you might miss it, and if you don't act fast, someone else might snatch it up right under your nose. Quick cut to an image of someone quickly buying a rare penny on an online auction site. Are you ready to uncover this hidden treasure? Because what you're about to learn could make you a millionaire, but only if you act before it's too late. Scene transitions to a more detailed shot of a 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny under a magnifying glass, focusing on the details of the coin. Let's dive into the story behind this extraordinary penny. The 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny is not just your typical everyday coin. It's part of a limited batch that was mistakenly minted with a unique design error that only a handful of coins have. The error is subtle, but its value insane. Cut to an image of a normal penny as the 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny. You see, in 2,011, during production at the Denver Mint, some of these pennies were struck with a different die, giving them an anomaly that made them stand out from the rest. It's the kind of mistake that collectors crave. Because only a few dozen of these mark pennies exist, and their scarcity drives their worth through the roof. Experts predict that as more collectors learn about them, their value will keep skyrocketing. Cut to a graph showing the price trajectory of rare pennies over time. And here's where things get even more interesting. The value of these pennies is not just a flash in the pan. In fact, these rare pennies have been steadily increasing in value every year since their discovery. We're talking about a coin that could have been worth just a few $100s back in 2,011, now sitting comfortably at 10,000, and in some rare cases, up to $1 million. Pause for a moment of suspense. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I get my hands on one? Quick cut to a humorous clip of a person frantically searching through their change jar. Trust me, you're not alone. A lot of people are out there checking their change jars right now, hoping for a miracle. But the truth is, this isn't something you just stumble upon. If you want to find this rare penny, you have to know exactly what to look for. Scene shifts to a more intense tone. Close-up of a coin dealer with a magnifying glass examining a 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny. Here's the reality. While you may have missed out on the earliest opportunities, it's not too late. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. And with more people looking to invest in valuable currency, now might be the perfect time to sell. Cut to a well-dressed individual sitting at a desk, counting money and looking happy. But if you wait too long, someone else will beat you to the punch. These rare pennies don't last forever. If you're serious about making a fortune, you need to act now. Cut to an image of someone selling a coin at an auction, getting a huge payout. Here's what I recommend. Start by looking through your collection or visiting your local coin shops. If you find a 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny, it could be your ticket to financial freedom. But how do you know if it's the real deal? Cliffhanger moment, pause for suspense. In the next segment, I'll reveal exactly how to authenticate these rare pennies and how you can cash in on their true market value. So, don't go anywhere, because you won't want to miss the next step to unlocking your future wealth. Quick flash of a stay tuned graphic, scene transitions back to the host, speaking directly to the audience. Before we dive into how to sell your 2,011 Mark Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is the kind of content you don't want to miss if you're serious about building wealth through rare coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're thinking about starting your collection. And remember, time is money, so start looking through those pennies today before they get snatched up by someone else. See you in the next video, where we'll break down everything you need to know to sell your rare pennies for top dollar. Don't wait, the clock is ticking. Do you have a penny that could change your life? What if I told you that something as small as a 2,419 Lincoln penny could be worth more than you ever imagined, up to $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing, there are people out there right now turning old coins into their ticket to financial freedom. So, before you throw away the dusty jar of pennies or toss out a coin because it seems insignificant, stick with me. You might just be sitting on a fortune, and this video will show you exactly how to spot that hidden gold mine. You'll be shocked at what I'm about to reveal. Stay tuned until the end of this video, because you won't believe how close you might be to a life-changing discovery. Slow zoom out of a pile of pennies, cutting to a person looking through a magnifying glass. Let's get real. You're probably thinking, how can a 2,419 penny be worth $1 million? It's not even that old. Well, my friend, that's where you're wrong, and I'm here to tell you why. A quick flash of images showing regular coins and a few rare ones with dramatic lighting. Now, we've all heard stories of rare coins selling for thousands, even millions. But most people don't know that not all pennies are created equal. The 2,419 Lincoln penny, yes, the one sitting in your pocket right now, could actually be worth a fortune if you know what to look for. Don't worry, I won't ask you to check your pockets for a gold nugget. But, hey, if you do have a gold nugget in there, please let me know, because we need to talk. Cut to serious, inspiring music, with a close-up of a rare penny being examined under a microscope. But before we get to how you can check your own pennies for rare value, let's talk about why most people miss out on this golden opportunity in the first place. You've probably heard about the rare coin market, but do you truly understand what makes one penny worth a fortune? I'll explain right after this. A coin dealer flipping through an old coin catalog. Now, let's talk about why your 2,419 penny might be worth $1 million. It all comes down to the minting errors that make these coins inefficient. Minting errors are incredibly rare, and when they happen, collectors go wild for them. Images of different minting errors, like off-center strikes, double dice, or other imperfections. Minting errors make certain coins incredibly valuable, especially when they're in pristine condition. And guess what? One of those errors could be hiding in the 2,419 Lincoln penny sitting in your jar. There are pennies that, despite being in circulation for only a few years, have sold for more than 8 million. That's not a typo, millions. Wouldn't it be nice if that penny you found in your couch cushions turned out to be worth enough to buy a yacht? Hey, stranger things have happened. All right, back to business. The key is knowing which pennies are the ones with value, and how to spot them before someone else beats you to the punch. Zoom in of a magnifying glass on a penny showing a minting flaw. Here's a tip, look for pennies with major flaws. The most common are double die errors and off-center strikes. These can drastically increase a penny's value, and the rarer the flaw, the higher the value. And let me tell you, there's one specific flaw on the 2,419 Lincoln penny that's been selling for huge amounts, but I'm going to reveal that right after we take a look at some real-world examples of people who've hit the jackpot. Footage of a smiling couple holding a rare coin, with a big check for $1 million. Imagine finding a single penny, selling it for $1 million, and suddenly being able to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. That's exactly what happened to these collectors. Quick clips of news stories showing people holding rare coins and celebrating. Take the story of one lucky collector, who found a 2,419 Lincoln penny with a rare minting error, just like the one I told you about, and sold it for a staggering $2 million. That's real money, folks. And they're not the only ones. Pattern interrupt. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna find $1 million penny in your change jar, but hey, if you do, I want this it for the tip. A high-energy montage showing collectors inspecting their coins, comparing them with guides, and celebrating their finds. So, how do you get in on this? Well, it's simple. Start by checking every coin, yes, even that dusty penny that's been sitting in your drawer for years. Learn the key minting errors to watch out for. Do some research. And if you're unsure, consult an expert who can authenticate your find. Remember, the market for rare coins is exploding right now, and those who act quickly can cash in big time. But here's the kicker, finding these coins takes time and effort. Are you willing to put in the work to change your financial future? High-energy music, overlay a website with rare coin listings. You can be one of those collectors who strikes it rich, but you've got to act fast. These coins don't sit around forever. The demand for rare pennies is growing every day, and the prices are only going up. So, if you've got a jar of old pennies just collecting dust, you could be missing out on your chance to secure your financial future. Check your pennies today, you never know what you might find. Don't wait. Start researching, start inspecting, and start selling your rare pennies. Your journey to millions could be just one coin away. Who knows, maybe that little penny will buy you more than just a cup of coffee. It could buy you the coffee shop. You'll learn everything you need to know about the 2 Mark Lincoln penny, and how it could be your ticket to financial freedom. Stick around, because you won't believe the value of this tiny coin. Cut to a brief close-up of the 2 Mark Lincoln penny, introduction, and context scene transitions to a background of piles of old coins and a person searching through them. Now, let's get something straight. Not every penny you find lying around is worth a fortune. But there's a specific penny, the 2 Mark Lincoln penny, that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. And here's the shocking part, some of these pennies have sold for up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Pause for effect. Imagine finding one of these rare pennies. What would it feel like to know that what you're holding could change your life forever? But here's the catch. They're rare. Really rare. So rare, in fact, that most people don't even know they exist. And that's exactly why you need to pay attention. Scene shifts to a close-up of a magnifying glass zooming in on the 2 Mark Lincoln penny. Okay, so let's dive into the details. What makes the 2 Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, it's all about the minting error. This penny, normally just part of your change, has something extra that turns it into a collector's dream. The 2 Lincoln penny was supposed to have a standard design, but some were struck with a rare minting mistake. Pause, music builds suspense. That's right, a mistake. And mistakes can be worth a lot of money. Cut to an image of a standard penny, and the rare version side by side for comparison. The error. The mark. The 2 penny, in some rare cases, has the distinctive D mark that's out of place, or there's a misalignment in the engraving, which makes it unique. The subtle flow transforms the coin into a rarity that's highly coveted by collectors. And that's why people are paying top dollar for it. Cut to an image of a recent auction with $1 million bid, scene transitions to a hopeful, motivational tone, someone finding a rare penny in an old box. Now, let's talk about what you can do with this information. If you're sitting on a 2 Mark Lincoln penny, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. But don't get too excited just yet. Finding one isn't easy, and most people will never stumble upon this kind of treasure. Pause. But, and this is the kicker, you could be one of the lucky few. Imagine what it would feel like to uncover this hidden gem. Not only can it make you a millionaire, but it could also set you on a path to financial freedom, allowing you to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Scene shifts to show examples of people enjoying their wealth, vacationing, buying new cars, living in luxury homes. But here's the thing, finding it is just the beginning. Once you find that rare penny, you need to know how to sell it. The market for rare pennies is hot right now, and demand is high. But if you don't know how to sell it, you could miss out on the big payout. Cut to a shot of someone researching how to sell rare coins online. That's why in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what steps you need to take to cash in on your rare find. It's not just about luck, it's about being strategic, smart, and knowing how to sell to the right people. Cliffhanger call to action scene shifts to a cliffhanger moment, with suspenseful music. Now, before we dive into the exact steps on how to sell your coin for top dollar, there's something even more important you need to know. You'll be shocked at the hidden details that could make or break your sale. But first, let's talk about where you should never sell your rare penny. Trust me, you'll want to avoid these common mistakes. Cut to a fun, quick humorous moment. Alright. I know, you're probably thinking, can a penny really make me a millionaire? Well, if you can't believe it yet, just think about this. They say the best things come in small packages, and sometimes, a penny's worth more than a few pennies. Scene quickly cuts back to serious tone. Selling your penny for maximum value soon shifts back to a more serious and inspirational tone. Okay, now that we have your attention, let's talk about how to sell your rare penny for its true worth. First things first, don't go to the nearest coin shop and expect them to give you top dollar. That's a rookie mistake. You want to make sure you're dealing with the right kind of buyer. Whether it's through high-end auction houses, specialized online marketplaces, or trusted coin dealers, knowing where to sell is crucial. And make sure to authenticate your penny before you even think about selling it. Getting it graded by a professional can boost its value significantly. But here's the big question you might be asking: what exactly is the difference between a good $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny and one that could be worth over $1 million? The answer is coming up, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal could be the key to unlocking your fortune. Scene fades out with a reminder to subscribe. So, if you want to turn your old pennies into a small fortune, remember, the $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny might be your golden ticket. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Follow these steps, and who knows, you could be the next millionaire in the making. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and stay tuned for more tips on how to unlock hidden treasures. Because, just like with rare pennies, your future could be worth far more than you think. Imagine finding a coin worth millions, a simple penny that could change your life overnight. Sounds impossible? Well, it's not. In fact, if you're holding on to a $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny, you might be sitting on a small fortune right now. Keep watching to find out why this penny could be worth more than you ever imagined, and how you can cash in on it. Let's face it, most pennies aren't worth much. They're literally just spare change you toss in your drawer, right? But here's where things get interesting: there's a rare breed of pennies that are worth more than just a few cents. Way more. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one specific coin that has stunned coin collectors and investors alike, the $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, a penny? Really? Let me tell you, this isn't just any penny. This is the kind of coin that could change your financial future. But here's the kicker: only a small number of them are worth big bucks, and you might be one of the lucky ones who has one sitting right under your nose. But how do you know if you have a valuable one? And how can you cash in on it? Well, let's break down the story. It all started in 2006, when the US Mint released a batch of pennies. For most of us, it seemed like just another penny, no big deal, right? But hidden within that batch were a few rare mistakes that would end up creating some of the most coveted coins in the world. One of those coins was the $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny. Now, the reason why this penny is so special comes down to a small but critical error, a minting mistake that makes it incredibly rare and valuable. You see, the $2,000 Lincoln penny was supposed to have a specific design, but somehow, the mint ended up with a batch where the design was slightly off-center. At first, these pennies were seen as nothing more than minor mistakes, coins that collectors would pick up just because they were unusual. But as time went on, it became clear that these mistakes were no mistake at all. The $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny was the real deal. Hold up, now you're probably thinking, how can a penny be worth millions? Did they lose their mind in the mint? Well, that's the beauty of rare coins. Sometimes, the value just keeps increasing, and for the $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny, it's going through the roof. So now you know why this penny is special, but here's the burning question: how much is it really worth? Here's where things get wild. The $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to over $1 million. Yes, you heard me right, $1 million. But before you start running to check your change jar, not every penny is worth that much. It all comes down to condition, rarity, and a few key features. For example, pennies that are in mint condition, meaning they've barely been touched or damaged, can fetch astronomical prices. But there's more to it than that. Timing plays a huge role in the coin market. You could have a rare penny, but if you hold on to it too long, the market might shift, and the price could drop. So if you have a $2,000 Mark Lincoln penny, now is the time to take action. I know, it's hard to believe, but coins like this don't come around every day. And the best part? You can sell these pennies online, through auction houses, or even to high-end collectors who are actively searching for coins like yours. But there's something you need to know before you dive in. If you don't follow the right steps when selling your coin, you could lose thousands of dollars, maybe even more. So, in just a moment, I'm going to share exactly how you can maximize the value of your coin and ensure you're getting the highest offer possible. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for that. Now, before we get into how to sell, let's talk about something important. The coin collecting market is more competitive than you think. You might think you're the only one holding onto a 26 Mark Lincoln penny, but there are collectors and investors everywhere looking for that next big find. So, how can you make sure you're getting the best deal for your rare penny? The first thing you need to do is get it appraised by a professional. There are online services, trusted auction houses, and even local coin shops where you can take your penny to be evaluated. This step is crucial, because the wrong appraisal can cost you big. You want to make sure you're getting top dollar for your coin, and sometimes the first appraisal isn't the best one. Next, consider selling through a reputable auction house. But be careful, some auction houses will take a hefty commission, and others might not know how to market a coin like yours to the right buyers. Do your research and find a seller who knows what they're doing. But here's the thing, you don't have to be an expert to cash in on this. You just need to know where to look and who to trust. As we wrap up, let me tell you this, right now, coins like the 26 Mark Lincoln penny are in high demand. The market is hot, but that could change at any moment. So, if you've got one, don't wait too long to act. Who knows? That little penny sitting in your jar could be worth more than you ever dreamed. Remember, your next big financial opportunity could be sitting right in front of you. Don't let it slip away. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because I'll be sharing even more tips on rare coins and how you can build a collection that's worth millions. Stay tuned, and let's unlock that wealth together. Are you sitting on a goldmine right now and don't even know it? Imagine holding a rare penny worth up to 10 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than most homes. In the next 10 minutes, I'll reveal how a simple 1975 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, could make you wealthier than you ever dreamed. If you have one, it might be time to cash in. But if you don't know what to look for, you could be throwing away a fortune. It all starts with the 1975 penny. At first glance, it looks like just another coin you'd find in your pocket. But this penny, this very specific coin, has a story to tell, a story that could change your life forever. Did you know that pennies are being sold at auction for more than 100,000? And one 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has been known to sell for up to 10 million in the right circumstances. So how can you spot these rare treasures? Here's the thing, not all pennies are created equal. When you hold a 1975 Lincoln penny in your hand, you might think it's nothing special, but that's where the mistake happens. A penny without a mint mark from 1975 is rare. In fact, most pennies minted in 1975 have a mint mark, so this one is highly sought after by collectors. But how can you spot the difference? And even more importantly, how can you make sure you don't sell it for pennies on the dollar? I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. How can it be worth a fortune? Well, remember the time you thought your old comic book collection was worthless? Or when you threw out that old furniture you thought no one would want? Yeah, this is the same thing. Don't let your future wealth slip through your fingers. Let's break it down. One 1975 no-mint mark penny is in pristine condition. It can fetch astronomical amounts in auctions. But even if it's not in mint condition, collectors are still willing to pay top dollar for it, sometimes more than your car or house. The solution, now that you know the potential value of your 1975 penny, let's talk about how you can turn it into cash. But don't get too excited just yet. You need to make sure you check for specific criteria before you even think about selling it. If there's no mint mark under the date, you're in the right place. The cleaner the penny, the more it's worth. Even small scratches or discoloration can lower its value. Before you sell, consult a professional or send it for grading. This ensures you're not selling $1 million penny for deceit. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not in the business of selling rare coins, what do I do next? The good news is, the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. And there are numerous trusted platforms, like online auctions, coin dealers, and specialty coin markets, or you can list your 1975 Mark penny for sale. But here's where things get even more intense. What if there are other coins in your collection that are worth even more than your penny? I'll be revealing some of those secrets in just a moment. So stay tuned, because the truth is, your coin collection may be hiding treasures you never knew existed. Before we wrap up, I want you to think about this. What would you do with an extra $1 million? Picture the lifestyle: financial freedom, more time with family, traveling the world. All of that can start with a penny. Yes, a penny. But you have to act now, and if you don't know what you're doing, it could slip through your fingers forever. In the next part of the video, I'll dive deeper into other rare pennies you should look out for and exactly where to sell them for the highest prices. But first, let's pause, because, right now, I want you to take a second and ask yourself, do you have this rare penny in your pocket? Or maybe it's still sitting in a jar collecting dust. Find out right now, because if you wait, well, the market for rare coins is only going to get hotter. Don't leave your future wealth on the table. The clock is ticking. The rare penny market waits for no one. Now, take a breath, grab your coin collection, and get ready for the next step. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss out on future videos where I'll share the top rare coins that could change your life. We're diving deep into the world of rare pennies, uncovering how the 1975 Lincoln penny can turn a simple coin collection into a multi-million-dollar legacy. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to reveal how you could have one of these valuable pennies and what you can do to get top dollar when you sell it. 1975 Lincoln penny, worth up to $8 million. Let's take a step back, shall we? The year is 1975. It's a time of major historical events. Jeff takes off ice, Elvis Presley's It's Now or Never hits the charts, and, wait for it, the US Mint is quietly producing a coin that would eventually become worth more than its face value. Way more. Fast forward to today, and the coin we're talking about is the iconic 1975 Lincoln penny. But, not just any regular penny. These certain 1975 pennies were struck with unique characteristics that make them extremely rare. And when it comes to rare coins, rarity equals value. Now, you may be wondering, why are these pennies worth so much? I'll tell you why in just a second. But first, let me ask you a question. Do you know where your spare change is? Are you checking your wallet for old pennies right now? You might want to start. Okay, let's break this down. When people think of valuable coins, they usually think of gold or silver, right? But what if I told you that a penny, a coin that's practically disposable, could be worth millions? Here's where things get interesting, and I'm not just talking about small amounts of cash. Some rare 1975 Lincoln pennies have sold for jaw-dropping sums. And the best part? These pennies can be sitting right under your nose. To understand why these pennies can fetch such high prices, we need to talk about the minting errors that make certain pennies from the 1975 so rare. These errors, such as double die, off-center strikes, or missing elements, give the coin a unique look, increasing its value drastically. Take the 1975 small date Lincoln penny, for example. Some versions of this penny, especially those with an unusual minting error, have sold for up to $8 million at auction. Imagine that. A small mistake at the mint has now made thousands of these coins incredibly rare, turning your typical coin collection into a possible fortune. But here's where things get tricky. If you don't know how to spot these rare pennies, you might miss out completely. The difference between $8 penny and $8 million penny is sometimes just a tiny detail. So now you're probably asking, how do I find these rare pennies, and better yet, how do I sell them for top dollar? Great question. The first step is understanding what makes a 1975 Lincoln penny rare. Look for minting errors, unusual features, and even the smallest variations in the date. For example, the 1975 double die penny can sometimes have two visible dates, which increases its worth. If you find one of these, you're holding on to something potentially worth thousands of dollars. Now, before you run off to grab your coin collection, let me give you a major tip. You need to authenticate your rare pennies. Don't just take them to your local pawn shop and accept a quick offer. Get them appraised by a professional. Authenticating your coins ensures you get every cent of their true worth. And once you have a professional authentication, you can sell your coins to high-end dealers or even at coin auctions that specialize in rare coins. Believe me, the right buyer is out there, and here's the best part. With the right coins and proper documentation, your penny could be featured at major coin auctions where buyers are ready to pay big money for the right pieces. It's a golden opportunity, if you know where to look, but I'm not just talking about pennies here. If you've got other old coins from the 1960s or earlier, you might be sitting on a literal gold mine. And let's face it, in today's world, who wouldn't want to live a more comfortable life? With one phone call or click, you could be turning your old coins into real wealth. But wait, before you start digging through your change jar, there's one last crucial detail I need to share with you. What could make all the difference between a coin worth thousands and one worth, well, nothing? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal that secret. It's the key to knowing whether your rare penny is truly valuable or just another piece of forgotten change. So, do you think you've found a gold mine in your pocket? Are you ready to unlock your financial future with the power of rare pennies? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever stumbled across an old coin you think might be worth something. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin tips. Because who knows? Your next penny might just be worth $1 million.